Hi, everyone. Good morning. Sorry about that. I'm sure you can hear me now. Please kindly signify if you can hear me. All right. Okay. So let's get started. Good morning, everyone. As you all know, my name is Uduak, and I'll be taking you all through today's sessions. This morning live session. We are going to have another session, I think by 2 or 3. But yeah, I'll be taking you guys through this morning session. And I'm sure you guys are aware that your post has been uploaded to the LMS and as well as your tags. So I'll be going through all of that today with you guys. So please, I'll be taking in questions from what we've been doing so far. I sent a post on Slack to get in questions. So I'll be taking in some of those questions. You guys have a lot of questions. I'm taking in some of those questions while the next live session we handle the rest and like that. Do you understand? But be rest assured that your questions will be answered, if not in this live session, in the next live sessions. The other mentors are taking note of the thread and seeing your questions and preparing answers for you guys. So we'll be going through today's session. Yeah. Okay. From your posts, the post that was sent to you guys, I think yesterday or so, they were of 2 different types. The post that was sent was like, I think week 1 to week 7 or to week 2, from week 2 to week 7 rather. Week 2 has law of UX and also have design thinking. But what we'll be doing today is majorly on law of UX. You guys have gone through the tags and seen, I'm seeing that you saw the law of UX tags and you also saw design thinking tags. But what we are going to do today is more of the laws of UX. So yeah, let's get started. Can somebody please tell me what they understand by law of UX? What do you think it is? Please drop your answers on maybe Slack, the thread, or on YouTube. I'll be getting them. I just want to know if you guys really understand it. In general context, and also if you don't understand, how to go about it from there. What to correct from your explanation and so. So please, what do you understand by laws of the UX based from the resources that was sent to you late last week and also earlier this week? So what do you understand by the laws of UX? Okay, the man Jonah said the do's and don'ts of UX, the best practices essentially. And someone said law of UX are just the rules, or let's say guidelines you follow in designing a UI interface. Nice. Someone said the law of UX are guidelines or principles that designers should incorporate in their design processes. Very good. Laws of UX are psychological laws which guide the product designer. You all I think you all understand it from the explanation you are giving. You all are all correct. So what law of UX is basically are some set of rules that guides you when you are designing. Do you understand? Just like, there's everything around you have like laws you should follow. Do you understand? Even your country and all of that, you can't go against things. Same thing as design. There are some rules you should follow. There are some laws you should follow that guide the experience of the whole thing. Because you have to put in mind that you are building an experience for somebody. You are solving a problem for somebody. In as much as you are solving that problem, you shouldn't be anyway, let me just solve this. They are going to, so far is the solution that they need. They are going to, it's going to be useful for them and all of that. No, it doesn't work that way. They are basically rules you should follow. They are laws you should follow. You should not, I mean, you cannot just be like, okay, let me just follow 1 and 2. Then I'll purposely not follow 3, 4 to 10. Nah, it doesn't work that way. Do you understand? You have to follow those laws when you are designing. You cannot just open your Figma or your design experience for somebody just like that. So that's basically what laws of UX are. So to recap, laws of UX are some laws set aside for you when designing a product, sorry. Laws you should follow when designing a product. So there are some laws I'll be talking about today based on the question you guys asked. I'll be treating that today, but take in mind that it won't be like everything. We won't be going through everything. Like I said earlier on, we've gotten your questions. If your questions are not like answered here, it's going to be answered in the next live session. The mentors are following the thread, so rest assured that everything will be answered. We are just going to take a few here because there are lots. I'm sure you guys have noticed that already. So let's get started. Okay. So somebody asked on Slack that we don't really understand what this Tesla's law is. And looking at my screen, you can see like a short explanation of what it is and also a pictorial example of what it is. So what Tesla law is, it says that for any system, there's a certain amount of complexity you cannot reduce, that should not be reduced. What does this mean? It means that, hold on. It means that as a designer, in as much as we want to make everything complex, in as much we want to reduce the complexity of things, I mean, want everything to be as simple as possible for our users to use. There are some things that should be left the way they are. Do you understand? Because trust me, when things are like certainly too simple, like just, for example, now, there are forms, do you understand? When you are creating an account or so, there are some inputs you should drop, do you understand, to create accounts. I mean, that's already your mental model. That's already what you are used to. Do you understand? When you are signing up for a form, they are like, for creating an account, you can put your name, your email address, your phone number, and any other thing. But just imagine if you are creating an account, they don't ask any of that. I mean, it will be tricky, right? So what this law says is that when designing a product or service, when a product or service is too simple, your users can feel suspicious as to what you are doing, as to even decide if to continue or not. Do you understand? You don't want to make things too tricky and start creating this doubt that, am I sure I should go ahead with this? This one that I want to sign up, they are not asking for my name. They are not asking me for my email address. They are not asking me for my phone number. They are not asking me for anything related to that. Is it not strange? Should I just go ahead to do stuff? I mean, when they start asking for different things, that's what I'm talking about. There are some forms that, or there are some applications that when you are trying to create an account, they don't ask for. I mean, most of them ask for your email address, do you understand? Just so they keep in touch with and all of that. But when you don't ask for your email address, nowhere in the form, even if you enter inside, nowhere in the form ask for your email address. Rather, they're asking for something else. Trust me, it's going to raise some doubts. So that's what this law is trying to talk about. Now, look at the pictorial example on my screen. It's on YouTube. So now, part of this law says that there's a certain amount of complexity that cannot be reduced. Now, look at this screen. I was searching for law of UX. Do you understand? I click on a video. I mean, particular video I want to watch. And I started watching it. But now you might be like, I mean, what about the videos by the right-hand side? Is it not too much? Can't it just show me the main screen? I mean, I should just see the main screen. The main video I'm currently watching. I don't need to see the other ones and all of that. Sorry. I don't need to see the other ones and all of that. Do you understand? What this law basically means is that there are some things that already needs to be put in place for you guys it might be too much. Do you understand? It might be a lot. It might be a lot for the users, or you might think that it's a lot for the users, but it's something that is useful to them. Do you understand? Looking at the video, for example, now. Sorry about that. So looking at the video, for example, now, I mean the pictorial example now, you can see that the related videos to what I'm watching is what is placed on the right. Do you understand? And users can choose if they can skip it. I mean, they can remove it by making the current video they are watching a full screen, or they can easily see it to know if they can like check out related videos to whatever it is they are watching. So there are some things that you don't necessarily have to cut off, as per simplicity, as per I want to just give my users what they want, straight to the point and all of that. Do you understand? Take Google, for example, Google results, for example. When you search for something on Google, like laws of UX on Google, why is it that there are other pages to read? Do you understand? There are other results. In as much as you click one, there are things related to what you asked there. So there are some things you should not simplify in design. That is what this law is trying to say. Not everything deserves to be simplified. There are things that your users have to see. They have to go through it. That is what this law of Tesla's is talking about. Does anybody have questions concerning this, or any doubts concerning this? I'm taking questions. You can drop your questions on YouTube. I want to understand if this explanation on Tesla's law is clear to you guys. Okay, somebody asked something. Email really important. Yeah. So let me tell you why people usually collect your mail when you are trying to create an account on their platform. To create an account, to create an account on their platform and all of that. So you know that now you have some ABC products. Do you understand? In this ABC products, you shift out version 1 to keep your users engaged, to keep them in check, to keep them. I mean, you don't want them to just come and use your product and go. Do you understand? To update them about your product, that's why you have to collect something that you can use to update them about, which is their email address. Do you understand? So that's why when you are filling the form, sometimes there is this update me on product updates, that checkbox that is there. If you want to do that, if you don't want to, you can tick and all of that. That's why that's the most important reason why people want to collect your email, and also for verification purposes. Do you understand? So that is it. So somebody asks, how do we know what to simplify and what not to simplify in design? Now, this is it. What do you simplify? What not to simplify in design? Now look at this pictorial example on my screen. Do you understand? I'm sure you already know why the recommended videos are by the right. Do you get? The most important reason why it's there is because it's recommended. It is similar to the video that they currently are watching. Do you understand? Something like that, I don't see any reason why you should simplify it. Why is that so? It's because if you don't put it, when your users are done watching that video, what next? And do you understand? You have to keep them engaged. Do you know that the more engagement you get, the more numbers you get? I know numbers means money. Do you understand? So you have to keep them, you have to give them something that they will use to be engaged on your product, on your platform. They don't need to do one and leave. Do you understand? Because trust me, if just imagine, let me not talk for myself. Let me ask you then, if these videos on the right hand side is not there, like the list of videos on the right hand side is not there, don't you think that once you are done watching, you will move on? Is it that this video is explanatory, let me just go, I'm done with it, or this video did not answer my question, let me just leave? That's not what you're going to do. That's a high chance of what you're going to do. Do you understand? That's why it's there. You don't need to simplify it. It's there for a reason. But when you are putting things that your users can do without, and that one, you have to like start getting second thoughts on how to go about it. Do you understand? So that's for one of the laws we'll be treating tonight. And let's go to Occam's law. Yeah, somebody said the Tesla's law. I mean, no, not Tesla's law. Somebody said why most platform or all the platform collects mails basically for marketing purpose. Yeah, that's true. So for Occam's law, from my screen, you can see that it states that the simplest explanation is usually the best one, which states that the one with the fewest assumption should be selected. Now, this is it. I'm sure you guys would have come across some designs that, or when you are designing that, you feel that, should I really put this element in it? Should I add this extra? I mean, I'm creating a form. Should I add this extra form? I mean, this extra field. Okay, let's say when creating a form, the most important thing is their email address, their phone number, and their name. Do you understand? Your platform does not have anything to do with age. I mean, anybody can use it. But when you start asking for age and you start asking for unnecessary things, do you understand? It's create doubts. So what this thing is trying to say is that you should make sure whatever you are designing, you give your users the simplest explanation. Like, just go straight to the point. Do you understand? Because that's what they are there. That's what they're on your platform for. Because trust me, when you overload your users with a lot of explanation, I mean, you are trying to explain something that is as short as possible. When you do that, they get confused. Truth be told, I mean, I'm sure you guys know that already. When you try to explain a lot, well, you know, there are easy ways to go about things. This is not just explanation, it's about design as a whole. Do you understand? There might be some times that you want to add so and so. You don't know that stuff you are trying to add is going to create, I don't know, people are going to start reading meanings to it. Do you understand? And trust me, you don't want your users to leave your platform to go to another place because it's going to reduce engagement. So go straight to what you're explaining and try to reduce anything that you feel does not, I mean, it's not really important in whatever you are designing. Just go straight so that they get the explanation, they get things clear, and they don't have to start thinking twice about what to do on your platform or what it means or what you're trying to explain or the design you are trying to do means. You guys, they don't have that time. Because trust me, users don't really stay long on platforms. Do you understand? Once they don't see or they don't get what they are looking for, in some few minutes, they leave. I'm sure you guys have also been in that situation before. So yeah, that's what this Occam's law is trying to talk about. So guys, let me know if that is clear. I mean, this Occam's law is clear. Occam razor's law is clear. And also, if it's not, what is confusing so I can explain better. Somebody say sometimes you asking for your mother's name. All right. Okay, so I'm sure you guys now understand that. Let's go on. Okay, so these are like short explanations to the other law of UX I'll be taking for today. Okay, this time around, I won't be explaining. Looking at the short definition that I have of each of these laws, I would like somebody, we'll take it one after the other. I would like somebody to explain what Hicks Law is all about. To your own understanding, what do you think Hicks Law is all about? So yeah, let's get started. You don't have to say it word to word. It's what I wrote down here. Just let me know what you think Hicks Law is all about. So yeah. Okay, before that, somebody said something so reasonable on the comment section of our YouTube channel. Somebody said, can we relate this Oscar's law to don't make me think? That is the exact thing. That is what it is. Don't make me think. You don't have to give users things to think about. What does this mean and all of that? Just go straight to the point. Explain what you're trying to do as short as possible. When you're trying to solve a problem that has to do with e-commerce, do it as short as possible. Don't start giving too many details that are not really important or necessary to your users, so that they don't start having another thought of what your platform or your solution is all about. So yeah, that is it. So what's Hicks Law? I'm sure if you guys notice, do you understand? You will know that most of these laws are similar. Do you understand? They all boil down to the fact that you should do things that does not make your users leave your platform, that keeps your users intact. Do you understand? To use your solution. Okay. So somebody said the lesser the complexity, the faster the user make decision in using a product. Somebody also said, I think Hicks Law is saying designers should break complexities and not overwhelm users. That's good. Somebody said it simply means to simplify, but not to the point of abstraction. That's nice. The lesser the details, the higher the choice. The lesser the details, the higher the choice making. Okay, that's good. This shows that you guys have gone through the posts and resources that we dropped for you guys. I'm very proud of you. Nice one, nice one. Somebody also said, designers should not be complex for the users to choose from. Help users make up their mind faster. Okay. When there are too many choices, it takes longer time for the users to make decisions or to make a choice. You all got it right, very well. So what this Hicks Law is all about, do you understand? As a designer, for you to put this law into place, you are basically trying to break up long processes into steps. Do you understand? Same thing as onboarding. I'll still be using onboarding as a reference because that's what determines if your users would go forward or go backward. I'm sure you guys have tried signing up to a platform. Do you understand? And the kind of things that they ask you guys to provide, God, it is too much that you just drop off. I don't know about you guys, but I do that a lot. Additionally, they start asking for, I mean, there are some questions I can provide inside the app, do you understand? Or whatever, but when you're asking me for it on the get-go, I'll be like, come on, I can't provide all this, especially when there are no information that you have, do you understand? So tips you should follow when you are following Hicks Law is, number one, break up long processes into steps. Each step should have a clear purpose for the users to follow, and categorize choices to make them easier to search for and to identify. I saw Tiwa giving this example when she was explaining this in a YouTube video. Let me just go to it. Okay. So take this, for example. You can see that everything here are like categorized into different groups. Do you understand? Because trust me, if they decide to list all of this out here, like everything out here, it's going to be too much. Like it's going to be really, really too much for you guys. That's why using Hicks Law, you have to categorize choices to make users have the easy access to like search and identify things easily, because once they don't do that easily, it's going to be another thing. Now, look at plugin, for example. For those that use Figma, I think last 3 months, you would notice that, sorry, let me go up. So you notice that when you click this plugin here, you will see all the list of your plugins, like everything. And there was a time that I was even discussing with my team that, come on, this thing is too much. Because trust me, I mean, actually when we want to experiment, we see on Twitter that, oh, somebody's using this plugin and you find it interesting. Do you understand? You might just run, install, and start using it. Even though you don't necessarily need it, you've installed it, it's on your list already, and you cannot like remove it immediately. So because of that, you have like list of plugins. And with what Figma just did recently, with their latest updates, they try to like categorize your plugins for you. Do you understand? Instead of when you click plugin here, you get to see all your plugins. I mean, all the plugins you've installed. My plugins were like, can you see? Can you see? Trust me, I don't really use all of them. There are a lot. My plugins are more than 20. So imagine if you click plugin here and you see that there are 20 plugins. How do you expect me to start looking for those plugins one by one? Do you understand? So that's why this Hicks Law states that we should categorize things. That's why sometimes, not even sometimes, in most platforms, you see that they arrange things alphabetically. Like now, can you see? It's starting from A, because I already know the plugin I want to search for. I'll just quickly go to the name. Do you understand? If it's under A, I'll just scroll up. If it's B, I will check among here. If it's P, I will just scroll down to like quickly find out what I want to pick. You get, so as to identify things so quick and easy, because the moment I start searching for things, I would just leave it. So that's where this Hicks Law comes in place. You can see so many things are categorized. Instead of having all plugins, they decided to give my recent plugins, because trust me, let's say early this morning I used Protobuy. I closed my laptop, I come back to it again, only for me to start going to save and start going for Protobuy. That's a lot of stress. So why not give me the recent things I just like used? Do you understand? So I can easily go for it. Or if not, go for it, I can easily like navigate using alphabetical order, get to where it is. So that's what this Hicks Law is all about. So is that clear? Do you guys understand that now? Somebody said that's why Apple don't really follow Jacob's law. Okay, we are going to get to Jacob's laws. Somebody said no, they don't understand. Manuela, what exactly don't you understand? All right. So most people said they understand, and I will be going to the second one, Jacob's Law. So just like what we did the first time, let us go over it again. What do you think Jacob's Law is all about? No, somebody asked, can we use more than one law in a particular design? Obviously, yes. Look at this law that we're just coming from. Do you understand? This law that says that in as much as people want to simplify things, there are some things that should not be simplified. Do you understand? You can go with this and you can go with this. Do you understand? So let me explain. Let me explain let me show you an example of this Tesla law, a design or a platform, sorry, following this Tesla's law and also following Hicks law. Remember, Tesla's law says that in as much as designers or in as much as we want to simplify things, there are some things that should not be simplified and should remain the way they are. That's Tesla's law, right? Now, Hicks law states that users spend more time making a decision based on the number of complexity of choice. Do you understand? Now, this is it. Meaning that Hicks law, meaning that we should categorize our things very well. Do you understand? Which also means that we should break up long processes into steps and make it easy for our users to be able to navigate or look for whatever they want to look for in a very short period of time. Now, look at this YouTube, for example. Do you understand? This one is following Tesla's law. Now, they are also following Hicks law, do you understand? That states that the more choice you present to your users, the longer it will take for them to reach a decision, which means that everything should be clear as possible. Do you understand? Categorize choice to make it easy for users to, sorry, categorize choices to make it easier for users to search and identify. In as much as this is here, do you understand? Tesla's law and on YouTube, sorry, in as much as this is here, this is still important to them. Do you understand? You might feel like it's complex, but it is not. It is important. It's serving a purpose there. And you can see that they also categorized it. You can see all here. You can see from your search. You can see UX and all of that here. They did not just pack everything there for you to start navigating through all the one that has to do with UX, the one that has to do with the recent stuff you searched about and all of that. You can see that they also follow Hicks law here. So the person that asked that question about, can we follow 2 or more laws, or we should follow just 1 law in a design? So it means that feel free, follow 2 or more laws. Go ahead with it. Just to make sure that you are getting them correctly. So that's it. Margaret, you're saying this, do you understand? Is distracting. I mean, I have to make sure people are really following what I'm trying to say, and if it's clear to them. So if it's not, I'll have to like explain very well. I mean, that's why I'm here, you get. So I hope I've answered. Here's the question again. Oluwafemi, I hope I've answered your questions that says, can we use 1 or more law in a particular design, or we have to choose one? So with that, I will be going to the next one, Jacob's law. So guys, what do you think Jacob's law is all about? I mean, do not do juro by stating or writing what is written on my screen. Jamin says that Jacob's law is telling us that even in the uniqueness of our designs, we should infuse as much familiar elements as possible. That's nice. You're correct there. Nelson Root said Jacob's law tells designers that though creativity is good, the users will be more comfortable if your products look similar to what they already know. Perfect. Clara said, use design elements that people are already familiar with, like icons. That's nice. So let me buttress the points that Okara just made mention now about using design elements that people are already familiar with, like icons. Now, you all know that let's use mobile app, for example. You already know what the home icon is, right? I mean, you know what home icon is. But when like this is now, can you see? You already know what home icon looks like. But when, trust me, I've seen some designs, it's not just about home icon. There are icons that, you know, some people don't usually label the icons just like this. Do you understand? They don't really label the icons. More on mobile apps, they don't label the icons. And then as much as you're not labeling your icons, you should make it very familiar to what your users already know. They don't have to be thinking, let's say search icon, for example, on the mobile app. You don't have to be thinking that, is this search icon? I mean, without they clicking on it. Because trust me, they cannot be clicking on every icon there to know what the page is all about. Nobody has that time. Your app is talking about bookmark. Everybody knows what a bookmark icon is. Do you understand? Your app is talking about, maybe it has to do with liking or engaging, like liking somebody's post or something like that. You already know what like is. People use that star, people use that love. But when you start doing square shape as per like, nobody will click. Do you understand? Because they cannot be trying out everything on the platform just to be familiarized with everything. Do you understand? So what is Hicks Law? Sorry, Jacob's Law is talking about it. It states that the idea that since users spend more time on other products, on other sites, they have an expectation that your site or app will have or will function in the same way. I'm sure you guys already know what mental model is. Mental model is how you already perceive something to be. Do you understand? You already know. Just think of, imagine an e-commerce website now. You already know where the cart button is. It's always at the top right. But when you're already adding things to carts and you're looking for the cart button or the cart icon, meanwhile, this website puts it at the bottom left. Trust me, you will likely not see that thing. Where your eyes will be at the top right or maybe bottom right, because it's close to each other. But when you start doing something that is not familiar, people are now like looking for things to do on your platform. I mean, we'll just leave. I'm sure you guys, not just me, you've added a lot of things to carts and you've not been able to check out. I'm not saying that is why you are not checking out. I'm just saying people will leave your platform if you start doing things that are not familiar to them. Do you understand? So that's it. So Colin said Jacob's Law explains that users prefer sites to work the same way as the other sites you already know. That's perfect. You guys already know the way fintech app is. Do you understand? Fintech product is. You already know that when you log into your fintech products, one of the first things you see is your wallet account and all of that. But when you are not seeing your wallet account, your wallet amounts and all, you are not seeing anything that have to do with wallets. Maybe they are putting transaction. First thing, I mean, I'm a new user. Not when I mean returning user, I mean I've used the platform before and all of that. I just signed up now. I'm not a returning user. I'm a new user. Instead of it to show me my wallet, do you understand? I know it's zero, but at least put it there for me to see. I have to go and start clicking. Like I have to start doing 3 steps to get to where my wallet is. It's not. I mean, it's not appropriate. It's not really nice. So yeah, basically make your sites very close to what your users already know of. So that's it. Somebody asked, does it mean that Jacob's Law does not support branding? I don't really understand what you mean. There are a lot to branding. Do you understand? You are talking about the user experience. You are talking about the user experience. Like now, looking at the like button, I mean, when you want to like a post or something like that, different sites have different ways of doing it. Do you understand? But the experience are like the same. But when yours is now quite different, they begin to like wonder why, and they might probably not, I mean, use it and stuff like that. That would be like a very high chance that they will leave your platform. And trust me, you don't want, you see, you even want somebody to spend 100 hours on your platform. You just want them to, obviously, not like you are staying, you're not doing anything. You are staying there, you are doing a lot. Do you understand? And that's like engagement, not like audio engagement that the app is just like open at the background. No, you're actually like performing actions. And that's engagement, that brings numbers brings money. So that's it. So I don't know if that's clear on Jacob's law, so that we can move on to the next. Somebody said, what about Apple? Clearly they have been ignoring Jacob's law from the remote control to their mobile smartphone and everything else. What happened to your mobile smartphone? I mean, what exactly have they been ignoring on your mobile smartphone? I mean, what law? What is it? Is there like a different experience? So yeah, let me know what you think. So yeah, let me know what you think. I was asking what exactly, like in what experience did Apple not follow the Jacob's law? While you guys are answering that, let's go to Miller's law. So how we go, let me know what you think. What do you understand by Miller's law? And also, do not write the same thing that's written on my screen. I want to know if you understand what Miller's law is all about. So what is Miller's law? Hello guys, Miller's law. What do you understand by Miller's law? Okay, let me just go ahead. So from my screen, you'd see that Miller's law states that the average person can only keep 7 plus or minus 2 items in their memory, which means that we should not overwhelm our users with too many information. Do you understand? Because trust me, people read one after the other. You can't make them start cramming a lot. Do you understand? Just so that they get to do what they want to do. So designers can focus on chunking or grouping information together by their related features to make them more cohesive and memorable. Do you understand? So this also, in one way, has something to do with, sorry, has something to do with Hicks Law. Do you understand? Because it has to do with making things, simplifying things as much as you can. Do you understand? And not like overloading them with information. So you can say that Hicks law and Miller's law are quite similar. Somebody said don't keep many things on one page. Okay. Provide few info at a time. That's nice. Okay. Somebody said Miller's law is equals to minimalism. You guys got it right. So let's go to duality threshold law. So what do you guys understand by it? Duality threshold law. What do you guys understand by it? Oh God, you guys reply is funny. Somebody said Miller's law means don't bank on the user's memory. Oh God. Anyway, let's go to the last one. Right to choice of law. So what do you understand? Okay. Let me break down what this law is. First of all, from my screen, you see that productivity soars when a computer and a user interact at a speed that makes sure neither has to wait on another. So now let's take it like this. This has to do with providing, it does have to be more of interaction design, do you understand? Providing feedback to your users where necessary. Do you get? I mean, the time that users input something, you have to like provide feedback immediately. They don't really have to wait to start getting out things. Do you understand? That their productivity and also engagement will like increase. Do you get? For example, now is that when please can you guys just concentrate? Someone is talking about Naira land. So for example now is that still on the onboarding scenario we are giving, when you input a wrong phone number or a wrong password, they are coming back to the platform and you input a wrong password, immediately the system shows you or tells you that what you input is wrong and you should correct it. Do you understand? But I'm very sure you guys have come across some websites that don't have that have this low interaction with the users. Do you understand? When it comes to the experience, when the user inputs thing, maybe success screen, maybe failure or something like that, there's no like instant response and user have to like start waiting and all of that. The most annoying one rather is the one that has to do with loading screen. I was on one website like this. Something was loading. I know I clicked something, but this website made me look like I did not. And you know, when you click something, when you are waiting for it, it means the thing is loading, right? Do you understand? It's just like you going to a bank, you telling the cashier there that, oh, I want to get a new ATM card because my other one got lost or something like that. What would the person tell you? Hold on, please, give me a minute while I check your details or something, right? There's a response. The cashier does not just keep quiet and allow you to start talking to yourself and no response and all of that. Do you understand? What happens in real life? Do you understand? What happened in the real world there? We as designers should be able to embed that into the digital products we are working on. There's something called loading states. There are different states. So some designers, I'm sure if I should ask you that, when you design, do you design empty states? Do you understand? Most of you will be like, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. When you go to a bank and the bank is closed, you would know that the bank is closed. If there's an holiday or they relocated, there will be a small billboard or a small paper or something like that that shows that, sorry, we've moved to so and so and so and so. They don't just leave you there to start knocking on empty door and when nobody's there and allow you to stay there like that. There's always a response. Do you understand? So please, when we are designing whatever product we are designing, always put in mind that just give your users this feeling of how they know the actual word to be like. Do you understand? How they interact with the actual word. Bring that interaction into the digital world. When it has to do with loading, tell them that something is loading, they should please wait. When designing an empty screen, like for example, transaction, you know, as a new user, you're just coming for the first time, you just signed up. There is what they call on transaction screen or like on transaction page or whatever it is, there's what they call empty states. Make sure there's an empty state there. Do you understand? When you are designing for a fintech, when you are designing your wallet, your card, like your ATM card, do you understand? When you are designing something like that you know they are going to put amounts, always put the 000, like show to your users what it means when there's no amount and show them what it means when there's an amount. So what this law is talking about is always make sure your digital product, whatever you are designing, has this interaction behind whatever the user is doing. Do you understand? So they don't have to start waiting and getting stuff, because trust me, when they do that, it's just like when you're loading something and it does not load, you are not seeing anything. You just close it and go to the next thing that you're doing. Do you understand? Nobody have time to wait and all of that. Just imagine if I'm not on the call. I mean, you know, for those that were here earlier on, you saw that design live session with Uduak is going, I mean, the way YouTube designed it, it said it's going to start in maybe 1 hour time, 20 minutes time and all of that. There's always an interaction, there's always a response to it. They do not do that in that design session with Uduak and that's all. Do you understand? Not, you know that nothing is plain. At least you start thinking that have they started? Have they finished? What's going on? You don't want your user to start having all those thoughts. Do you understand? So that's what it's all about. So do you guys understand the healthy threshold law? All right, now that you understand, let me see if that's the all of the, okay, yeah. So that's the all of the law I'll be taking today, UX laws I'll be taking today. Like I said, a session is coming up by, sorry, hold on. So yeah, like I said, a session will be coming up after I'm done. I mean, an hour or 2 hours after I'm done. I think it will be starting by 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. So for the other UX laws that you did not really understand, just drop your question in the thread there. I mean on Slack, and the next mentor I'll be taking the next live session, we'll go through it. So yeah, that's it. Now we'll be talking about our tax. First off, I would like to know, I mean, what's the latest tax you have on your elements? Please, I need responses. What's the latest tax you have on your elements? I mean, the latest tax, I mean, what's the latest tax you have? When you go to your elements, what's the latest tax you have? Do you understand? The one you can see. Okay. Somebody said there's a hidden tax. So the thing is that, do you understand? For those that can see, those that are seeing updating of profile, it basically means that you did not register for your elective course. Do you understand? You know, there's general and there's elective. Elective have to do with your product design, have to do with your back end and all of that. Do you understand? Since you are for product design, you have to register for one elective. Do you understand? It is based on the elective that you register. That's what you'll be given. That's the post or tax you'll be given access to. If you take backend, you'll be getting backend tax. Do you understand? You have to like go through backend courses and all of that. But if you pick product design, you'll be taking product design. But if you don't pick anyone at all, you forgot to pick anyone at all, well, there's nothing you can do at this point, actually, because I'm very sure people can agree with me that they had to extend that tax, I think, to a week or 2 weeks. They extended the tax and they won't be doing that again. So for those that are getting products, for those that their latest tax is update your profile, I really don't know what to do right now to help you guys, because you guys did not register for the product design track or course. So yeah, for those that are seeing law of UX, please guys take note of this. It's very important. And also tell your friends, your colleagues. So you said you picked an elective, but you're seeing sorry, what's this guy's name? Adilaja, did you do introduction to design? I mean, if you see introduction to design, that is fine. But if you not see introduction to design, it means you did not pick product design. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Ask those that have seen introduction to design, that have seen UX and all of that. They picked it. Do you understand? It cannot just come, I mean, fly down from wherever, from the sky and drop on the LMS. They picked it for it to be there. So yeah, that's it. So now, please, guys, for those that are seeing law of UX and design thinking, please, please, and please do not submit now. We have our reasons. The thing is, we are trying to accumulate those tax. I mean, it's not just your own. Do you understand? You're not the only track on this jury. They are like front end, back end, and all of that, and mobile. So you're not the only people here. So they have to like accumulate those tax and drop it at once. So you don't want a situation where, oh, product design got their tax first before back end or before mobile and all of that. So please do not submit your tax yet. Just hold on with it. See, when you have to, I mean, the tax is, I mean, you know that before, when you want to see your tax, you have to go through from your LMS, you have to go to the tax module and all of that. But now you have to be going through another long process. That's your profile, then to something else and something else and something else, right? It means that that tax has not been published to, I mean, to the public. In as much as you can see it, it is unpublished. That's why you have to go through long process. If it has been published, it will be in your normal, I mean, the normal tax module where you get your tax. So please, for those that can't see their tax, that's the law of UX and design thinking tax. Please hold on. It's going to be published before the end of today. What am I trying to say? I'm saying do not submit your tax today. I know some people want to rush. I mean, for me to say this, I've seen that somebody have submitted already. And trust me, I'm not trying to say that if you submit now, you fail. I'm just trying to say that don't be in a rush to submit, because there might be some things you would have missed out. Do you understand? I mean, we've not had classes on law of UX and I already seen submissions. I mean, that's not like right to get. So please do not submit your tax today. I'm not saying do not submit your tax at all. I'm just saying do not submit your tax today. So somebody said something about I can't log into my LMS. So this is what you're going to do, right? They are going to close all tabs that have to do with LMS. I mean, all the tabs you've opened, check your browser. You have to submit. I mean, you have to close all the tabs and you have to clear your cache. Then when you clear your cache, you now try again with a strong internet. Trust me, it's going to work. So let's get started. I mean, for those that can see their tax, do you understand? Or better still, what question do you have about your tax? I'm not going to answer all. I'm just going to pick a few. But what questions do you have about your tax? The ones you can see. Remember, what we are dealing with is laws of UX. So the question you have to ask has to do with laws of UX. So yeah. What questions do you have about your tax? Let me know. Okay, I think some people are mistaking this. I'm not saying do not submit your tax at all, please. I am not saying do not submit your tax at all. I'm saying do not submit today. Do you understand? I'm saying do not submit today. Feel free to submit your tax when you want to submit, but do not submit today. Why are you not submitting today? Is because the tax you are seeing, you're not supposed to see them because they are still creating them. Do you understand? I'm not saying they are going to change anything inside. They are not going to change anything. It's going to be the exact way you are seeing them. It's just because they've not published it. Do you understand? There are other tags, there are other track tags like the front end and all of that they are still creating. So they want to make sure once they are done with everything, they get to like submit publish everything at once. So they are done with product design tags, but they've not published it. So do not submit your tags today. I'm sure you guys get that already. So somebody asked, so I'm coming. I think they gave you 3 tags or 2 tags. I think they gave you 2 tags. So just law of UX and design thinking tags. I don't think it's 3, it's just 2. So please check your elements very well, just 2 tags. So okay, how do we use the Google Doc with the tags? Please explain more on this. So let's go. Sorry. Okay, so this is it. How to use your Google Doc. Do you understand? I got these complaints, I got GMs and all about this. I noticed that some people, okay, it's 3. Is it 2 or 3? There's one more. Okay, please, can you list out the 3 tasks? Okay, please, can you list out? I know of law of UX, I know of design thinking. Let me refresh. They just added one more. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry, I'll check everything from here. 5 tasks. You guys should be coming down now. Introduction to Figma. Okay, all right. Let's see. These are the tags. Sorry, let me quickly check. I don't want to open something I'm not supposed to open. I show you there. Okay. Anyways, if you see the sorry, if you see the introduction to Figma, then that's fine. It's 5. What are you guys saying, please? 5 tags for product design. Anyways, I don't think it's 5 though. 1 general and 2 product design. That's 3, yeah. So that's 3. So okay, let's get started. Now, this is how you are going to do your tags. I'm talking about law of UX. Do you understand? Let me open it. The 2 product design tags, law of UX. So please review the Please review the website below. Identify which UX they got right and which UX they got wrong. Attach pictures supporting your answer. Then this is the website. Okay, assignment. So there are 2 assignments inside this law of UX. Submission mode. Submit the link to the Google Doc that shows all you've done. Note, your Google Doc link should be set to anyone on the internet with this link and comment. So this is what you are going to do. Sorry. Okay, let's paste this thing here. Okay, so you get, so now back to your assignment. This is assignment A. So you are going to do something like this. Assignment A. This is Naira land, do you understand? I'm not doing assignment for you. I'm just showing you how you want to do your assignment. Please do not strictly follow this. I'm not doing assignment for you. This is just example, like I said. Okay, sorry. Mhm. Okay, so let's say assignment A, product design. Sorry, assignment A, digital products. So you can now write digital product. Okay. So it says review, identify which law they got right and which law they got wrong. So you can say laws gotten right. One, ABC law. You get, you can now give explanation like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Do you understand? You give your explanation like that. This your ABC law. This is the screenshot for ABC law. If you don't put screenshots, we won't know. Do you understand? You cannot start explaining what ABC law is, something that we already know. We have to put screenshots to make us understand that you really know what you are doing. Do you understand? So if this law defiles ABC law, so you can say law got it wrong. So you can say they got ABC law, blah, 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 because of this, and this. Then you can still bring the same thing again. Do you understand? Sorry. Into the next one. So you just have to do them like that and be going and go like that. So when this ABC law, you can do, bring BFD or whatever law it is, add the screenshots under. So when it goes to laws gotten wrong, you can now put the name under and put the laws with their screenshots like that. Do you understand? So when it comes to submitting your link or copying your link, this is where people get wrong. Do you understand? So this is it. You click on this button here. You can see that on default, I just created this sheet now. On default, this thing is private. Can you see? Even if I send this link to you guys, it won't work. Do you understand? It will be private. So you have to come here to make it public. So from what the tag said, it says your Google link should be set to anyone on the internet with this link can comment. So you have to bring it. Anyone with the link updating, can you see that access updated, meaning that the URL will change to comment. Can you see that it's loaded again, updated? Which means that if you had submitted that first link, the private link, and you now come here to change it again, I'm sorry to say that your answer might just be 0.5. Your grade might just be 0.5. How many points is this? Let me go back and check. I think this is 5 or so, or I don't know. So you get, your grade can just be 0.5 or what you get, or like that. So you have to make sure you come here and change it. So anyone with the link can comment. If it's anyone with the link we don't want you to give us edit access. Why? Is because we don't want a case here but you'll be like, oh, but mentor, I dropped 5 UX laws. Mommy, I'm seeing 3 UX laws that you dropped. So who not edited it? So we don't want that. We just want you to give us comment access. We won't touch your work. You are the one responsible for your tax. Do you understand? So that's how it is. That's why you have to submit your tax. And the same thing, like I said, assignment A, digital product, laws gotten right, ABC law. You give your, like, what do you think they got right? Write it there. You can be like, ABC law states that blah, 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 blah. So using the screenshot below, they followed the law because of this. Do you understand? Anyhow you want to put it. Just make sure whatever you're writing is understandable. Do you understand? Oh, 4 points. That's nice. So the same thing, you go down again. XYZ law, like that. They got it because of blah 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 blah. XYZ law states that. Don't say XYZ law, they got it because of. Let us know that you understand what XYZ law is. Do you understand? And let us know that you understand how to apply it in your design, or how it is applied in on Nairaland platform. Do you understand? So that's how you go about working on your UX laws. So I'm sure you guys understand what physical products and digital products means. Do you understand? Please don't forget, you have to attach a picture. You can see the way I attached a picture. Because trust me, some people are going to come in our DMs and start saying, but I did not know how to attach a picture. Picture did not enter. You can see the way I attached the picture, right? So feel free, for whatever thing you're going to do, always attach a picture and portray whatever UX law with the screenshot of that part, or with the angle or the area they got it right. So yeah. So Ikechukwu, you said you have 4 tags. That's fine. Introduction to Figma. Okay. Law of UX, design thinking, and update profile. Well, you have to do everything. Are you supposed to do that for all 21 laws? Not really. Not really. Just, I mean, you cannot tell me that they got all the 21 laws wrong, or they got all the 21 laws right. Do you understand? Just pick out the laws they got right. Pick them out, and that's what you're going to list here. Like I said, ABC. You cannot tell me that they got 21 laws in this place. On this, I mean, you see, you look at Nairaland sites now, see. You don't get everything. So like that, you get. So you can just do it like that. So any other questions? So that means we must attach a picture or screenshot to it. Yes, you have to attach a picture or screenshot to every law you state. Yes, you have to show us. Do you understand? Because we know that Hicks Law says that this and this and this and this. But now you are reviewing Nairaland side. What exactly did it Hicks Law, whoever missed? Do you understand? So you have to attach a screenshot to that Hicks Law. Show us there that this is what they missed and this is what they got right. I mean, that would make us understand that you said you understand what you're doing. Do you understand? So that's it. Can they stop? No, a phone, I don't think a phone can do that. No, you have to get the system, Dominic. I mean, you have to get a system. You can't design on your phone. In as much as it's not designing, but there are some things that your phone can do. I don't think you can do it, but if it can, I mean, it should be like stressful. So just try and get a system. Do we need to download Google Doc like I did? This is web. You understand? You can see www. See, this is web. So you don't have to download the app. Just go on your laptop, go to Google Doc and do it. You can see what I did. You understand? You might want to name your file, whatever name you want to name. What's the minimum amount of laws we should use? That determines the point you'll be getting. So the higher laws you review, I mean, when I mean review, I mean the one got right and wrong. The higher your laws, the higher your points. The lower laws you review rather, the lower your points. So yeah. Can we adjust the screenshot? That's why you need to take a screenshot of a particular place. Do you understand? You don't need to like look at, I would have simply do this. Can you see? I would have done this instead. But then I know that what I want to talk about is in just this first place. So what's the need of me doing all the whole screenshot of the whole page, like everything? Do you understand? So what some people in the last cohort did is that they screenshotted it. After saving the screenshot, they went to crop it. Can you see? When you can, so let me go out. When you what are you saying that people will do 100? So when you click on this and you double click on it, you can see that you can crop, right? So you can just crop to whatever place you need to show, and that's it. And you close out. Can you see? You can still do it again and crop it like this. So however you want to do it, just make sure like pictures are attached to whatever you're doing to make us understand that you get it. Yeah, that's how you have to review the whole site. Yeah, that's how you have to review it. I mean, you have to show us that they got ABC law right in this particular session. Don't say Naira Land got the ABC law, Naira Land got B2D law, Naira Land got GFK law, Naira Land got show us where they got it, because anybody can just say anything. Do you understand? We want to know that you know what the UX, because I asked you guys, do you understand? Yeah, that's why it has been interactive session. I ask you questions, you reply, and you ask me, I reply. So I want to know. What happened if I missed a submission? Sorry, when a tax is closed, I mean, when submission line has elapses, it cannot be reopened. I mean, this quote, never, ever, ever. So it can't. Please, can you give the right answers to the tax? Yeah, when we are done grading, we give just a few. Concerning the URL, sorry, I've explained that some like very few minutes ago. You might want to like rewatch this. So guys, I don't want to wait till like 1 p.m. before ending this call so that people don't have to come and watch like 2 hours straight video. So I'll be dropping off here. I'm sure you guys now understand. I mean, some law of UX are like clear to you guys, right? I hope this has been like an interesting session. Are we reviewing? So I'm using Mac. I'm using Mac to screenshot. I'm using my MacBook, and when I want to screenshot, I hold down Shift Command 4. Everything together, the 4 keys together. Hold it down. You can see that. You can see the cursor here has changed. Let me go back. Can you see the cursor, the real cursor? So I'm holding down Shift Command 4. Can you see it has changed? Then I just come and do whatever I want to do. But if you are not using Mac, or if you can't use that, you can as well just screenshot the full page. Can you see I screenshotted the full page? I'm bringing it here, releasing my hand, and I can now crop to whichever session I want to do. I can crop to whichever session I'm talking about. You can see. Let me just take this down. Let me say I'm talking about this session. So you can look at what I did here. So can you see? So just like that. So guys, that will be all. Thank you very much for attending this session. Also, don't hesitate to tell your friends about what you taught here and all of that, in case if somebody asks some questions that we've answered there, so you can give them the answers that they need. If you're not sure of anything, just let us know. Just ask your question in the thread. So that's it. All the tags will be graded, all of them. I'm sure it's not everybody here that has their tags not graded. Trust me, all the tags will be graded. So bye guys. Thank you all for coming to this session. It was an insightful one. See you guys some other time. Ciao.